those beautiful conditions. We've seen so much rain, haven't we, so far this year? You certainly wouldn't know it looking at that playing surface. We go into March tomorrow, and hopefully then we will see an upturn in weather conditions. Obi gets us underway. Back it goes over towards this right-hand side, and the chance just to play it forward, but knocked back by Beckford to Rion Smith, one of the two central defenders. Shifted towards that left-hand side where Connor Brooks has got it. A right-footed player who goes back to John Ylar. Forward it goes up towards Obi, so adept at holding the ball up. Then looks to try and give it to one of the technicians in midfield. And the chance now for Montague to get forward. He's got a player on his outside. Dyke is that player who's so dangerous, a left-footed player on this right-hand side. Keeping hold of the ball and then going back to Montague. Played in behind now to Beckford, who will get forward. Loves getting on the ball. That floppy hairstyle and low centre of gravity. In it comes, dealt with defensively and cleared by Hugo Bull. An early opportunity for Hugo to get to that near post. And it will be a first corner of the game, going the way of West Ham. Plenty of options as the two arms go up in the air. Glyn Schimmel, the goalkeeper coach for Palace, just making his way back to the technical area as the ball is floated in and cleared out of the 6-yard box, and the chance for Angibo to come forward. Might be another crossing opportunity here for John Ylar, who does have that lovely left foot. Shifted towards this right-hand side for Brooks. Brooks keeps hold of it, and then with the outside of the right foot, decides to go all the way back to Smith, who gives it to Owesu, the goalkeeper. Here's Scanlon. West Ham very comfortable in possession and in good form, as we mentioned in the build-up to this game. Good to see Drakes Thomas back out there. West Ham keeping hold of it. The ball played forward here. It's going to be cleared by Palace up towards halfway, where there's a nice little turn from Anderson. Anderson wearing the 10 shirt and almost playing in that 10 role. It is going to be Drakes Thomas from the right, Fasida playing in midfield. Jacob Fasida wearing the 8 shirt there in the middle of your screen, showing his versatility. It means that Hugo Bull will be the central defender. Dylan Monk will play just to the left, and Jasper Jubb will play to the right. Here is Bull clearing the ball up towards halfway. Spoke to one or two people at Berkhamsted School in Hertfordshire, which is where Hugo Bull is educated, and they're very happy with the progress that he's been able to make. He was part of the Wickham Academy, and then Crystal Palace delighted to pick him up from an academy, give him an opportunity, give him a platform as the ball is played forward up towards Martin on this left-hand side. Gary Izzet and the team always looking far and wide to find players that can potentially impress at first-team level in the future. West Ham coming forward here. They've been very impressive over the years in that regard too. Anderson's going to be beaten to it by the West Ham player, John Ylar, who gets it clear. Good battling away from Drakes Thomas. Judd gets there first. Into the midfield for Chuksakoli. And West Ham get it back again. Looks very composed, doesn't he, Bull? As he gets it clear up towards Martin, the offside flag goes up against Angibo. You just felt that the two strikers might have worked perfectly together there. But the eagle-eyed assistant just strayed that Angibo, or just felt Angibo had strayed and gone a little bit early. 5 minutes have quickly elapsed, no goals as yet in this fixture. A big one between these two London sides, of course. When you look at the league table, Chelsea top it, they've got 36 points, Palace 8 points in behind. 6 behind Tottenham, And Palace do have a game in hand, same too with West Ham. Both sides have played 16 and accumulated 28 points so far. Angibo running in behind. Can he get there ahead of the goalkeeper? He can. Surely he slots the ball home and does. A dream start inside 5 minutes from Palace. Angibo just simply didn't make a mistake. It was a lovely ball by Martin. He checked his run, rounded the goalkeeper and calmly slotted home. That gives Palace the dream start in this fixture. A good celebration to boot. It's the Eagles 1, West Ham 0. West Ham employing that high line. Martin just playing the ball in behind. Angibo took his time, rounded the goalkeeper, and there was no way that Awasu could do anything about it. And look at David Angibo. Pleased to be back on the score sheet. He said maybe a bit of tiredness crept in against Leicester. Whether that's in the mind of Javier Alonso. He has made 6 changes, including a number of defensive changes. But to have Jasper Jubb back in there, some talented young players. Lovely to see Luca Benetton, who was off away on international duty last time out. He missed the Leicester game. So too did Milo Bernard. West Ham now need to try and come back into this game. Lovely slide rule pass, dealt with defensively by Palace. Good battling away, wasn't it? Impressive from Kyan Fraser-Williams. At times it looks like Palace will defend in a 4. Fraser-Williams will be quite flat defensively, but he does get forward. You'll see him there wearing the 3 shirt. He's got the Chris Richards haircut. So too as Joel Drakes-Thomas, and 2 very talented young players. That's a foul. Surely the referee will try and play the advantage. Carried away by Fasida. Out it comes towards Dante Martin. What's the referee going to do here? I think he's given the free kick West Ham's way. He has. It's the offside flag going up. There wasn't really an advantage there to play. But I do understand when referees look to try and keep the game flowing. We're watching under-18 Premier League South action. 2 London sides going head-to-head. And it's the Eagles of SE25 who lead by a goal to 0. Awesu plays the ball forward. Good defensive header going in from Bull. It's been good in the opening stages of this game. Shifted towards that left-hand side. Scanlon's got forward here, tries to play the ball in behind. That's fizzed across goal. Benetton gets something on it, and eventually it's going to be cleared away. It really was hit in with great pace and power. Anderson brings the ball under control, goes back to Drakes-Thomas. Drakes-Thomas has done well to get away. He plays so well from those wide areas. Angibo, the goal scorer, battling away. Martin doing likewise. You can hear Javier Alonso giving instruction to his team. Means so much to him, doesn't it? The Spanish coach who's made such an introduction. Offside flag goes up against Anderson. Chance for both sets of players just to take a little breather. It's been fast, it's been frenetic, it's been good so far. Flag goes up once again, and the referee has the arm in the air to show that it will be an indirect free kick when we get the ball back in possession, or position, sorry. Palace showing 6 changes. West Ham have made 3 coming into this London derby. Being played at the Palace training ground. The men's first team in action tomorrow. Trip to Old Trafford. Great win in Europe midweek for Oliver Glasner's side, as Fasida just hooks the ball on with his head. West Ham have got it in the wide area. Joel Kerr looks to try and play it forward. Connor Brooks just beaten to it. You can see every time they get the ball, Reggie Morris Adjamang, the number 6, the captain, wants it. Wesu plays it forward. not the best of passes, and it might just open up here, the chance to potentially shoot. It's floated back across goal, or attempted to, by Anderson. It's going to be a Palace corner. One corner apiece in the first 10 minutes. Let's have a look at it again. He's played the ball out. You can see that high press being employed by Palace. Winning the ball back, twisting and turning was Anderson. Good defending. He stood to the task, didn't he, Maurice Agyemang, the skipper? Jasper Jubb will take the corner from the right-hand side. It will be an outswinger from the Palace captain. One arm in the air from Judd, who floats it in towards the penalty spot. He's always a target in the air ball. It was just behind him. And wide it goes. But good to see a little bit of movement. The wind may be playing a bit of a problem there. You could see he just had to retreat back towards his own goal and away from the opposing goal. And that meant he maybe lacked a little bit of accuracy and power. He's a little bit rash, isn't he, with the ball at his feet, the West Ham goalkeeper. Looked to push by Dyke, not given. Good defending in the end from Fraser Williams. As the ball was played forward, Monk was just able to get it into the feet of Angibo, who gives it to Martin. Martin goes wide, tries to get it back onto his right foot and get the shot in. Charge down, only as far as Fasida though, who gives it to Chuks Akoli. Always battling away. Akoli towards Drakes Thomas. Drakes Thomas still going. Can he get to the byline? Shows his trickery. Might be happy to take the corner here. He is. Despite still being so young, he's got a real bright future ahead of himself, you would think, Joel Drakes Thomas. He's had the opportunity of being involved with the first team. Clearly a player highly rated. Great ball control. Great close skill. Corner Palace. This time it's going to be a left footer from Fasida, who goes short. Gives it to the aforementioned Drakes Thomas. Fasida now back to Judd. Judd comes over to this left-hand side. And the chance for Fraser Williams to possibly get round the West Ham player. Montague came out to meet him. Long straight passes. Wasteful. It's not going to pick out any player ahead. And it rolls out of play for a goal kick. Smith gets ready to take it, gives it to the goalkeeper. Owesu goes long up towards the halfway line, where it's intercepted by Judd. Referee's just going to have a little word here with Lewis Beckford, the West Ham number 10. I think he feels that he's been a little bit vociferous, maybe said one or two things too many. Just a reminder from Fabio Roque that he is the man in charge. Benetton towards this left-hand side for Fraser Williams, who goes back to Monk. Monk off the right foot forward to Angibo, the goal scorer, who was having his shirt held, but he's done really nicely. Played slightly ahead of Drakes Thomas. He tried to open the pitch up. You can hear Javier Alonso just shouting out some instruction to his team, just reminding the players when to play and when to pass. It's that great instruction that's helped the team have such an impressive season so far. Palace throw taken by Drakes Thomas. Now the chance to come forward, and the same player will just cross towards the back post. Can Martin head it towards goal? He looked to try and beat the goalkeeper at the near post. He got very little on the connection. Comfortable for Owesu, but it was a lovely ball in. Palace maybe with another opportunity. Angibo tries to steer one towards the bottom corner. He's put it slightly wide. He's struggling, isn't he, Owesu, with the ball at his feet. Again, it's a wayward pass. It was picked up by Palace. Fasida did well. And as he looked to try and pick out the bottom corner, Angibo's put it just wide of that post. Good win back from Monk. Towards the edge of the 18-yard box it goes. Martin could be in here with the goalkeeper, and it's bundled home. He didn't really fancy it, did he, Owesu? It was great foraging, good work in those forward areas from Martin, who simply didn't give up. And Palace have doubled their lead inside 15 minutes. It's been a brilliant start to this game. Palace on the front foot. They wanted a reaction from the Leicester disappointment, and boy, are they getting it. West Ham again getting caught in possession. Monk did well initially, and as the ball was played in, it was very good, wasn't it, from Martin, because he simply wouldn't give up on the task. And it's Crystal Palace 2, West Ham 0. Player who takes it very seriously, Dante Martin. And as the sun makes a welcome appearance, the scoreline makes for good reading. West Ham need to try and find their way back into the game. Good battling away, but they might be able to come again here. As the ball is played forward just in from this right-hand side, twisting and turning is Lewis Beckford. Forward it goes towards Angibo, who uses his body well. Tries to square up the defender. Smith did enough. Monk comes forward. Could be a long throw incoming here. 17 minutes have been played. Monk can certainly hurl them in. Could see Anderson thought about going short. Oh dear, that's just slipped out of his hands. Never easy when that happens. You can see he's got his hands up, just apologising to his teammates. No need to do that. These things happen. Need that trusty towel, don't you? Dave Challoner, now manager of Stockport, used to use it to such good effect when he played for them. He's doing a good job in the Northwest alongside Clint Hill, the former Palace favourite. Twisting and turning is Angibo. Towards the edge of the 18-yard box it goes. Fasida, that's a foul surely against the Palace number 8. The referee's tried to play the advantage where possible. Comes out towards Martin on this outside. He's got a player coming forward in Fraser Williams, who floats the ball in. It might fall towards Angibo. Battling away in the 6-yard box. The goalkeeper got lucky there, Owesu. Stayed on his line again. 18 minutes have elapsed as Beckford, twisting and turning, tries to play it forward towards Kerr. Judd was strong, robust and purposeful. Ball just picks the ball off the disc, and the throw-in is taken. Back to Benetton it goes. Fraser Williams goes forward towards Martin. Martin, who got that second goal. Plays it over the top towards Anderson. The goalkeeper will come and claim. Lots to like about this performance so far, though. A lot of changes. 6 of them in total. Chuck Obi hasn't really had much of the ball so far. He's been a peripheral figure. In fairness, so too have all of the West Ham players. It's been Palace's morning so far, and by a distance. Chuck Obi, already a Danish youth international, the younger brother of Chido Obi Martin, who's up at Manchester United now, going there from Arsenal. Jasper Judd in no real hurry here. No real surprise with Palace in the ascendancy. He does just up the tempo a wee bit. Being told just to stop as he urges the ball forward towards Angibo. Angibo heads on into the path of Martin. It's going to be cleared by the visitors. Obi's offside. Luke Smith, the head coach for West Ham at under 18 level. Chris Lewington, the former Dagenham and Redbridge goalkeeper, is the goalkeeping coach. Just got caught in a little bit of trouble there, Palace defensively, and it gives the chance for West Ham to try and launch some forward momentum. In comes Brooks, floats it into the 6-yard box. That's comfortable in the end for Benetton, who releases quickly right at the edge of his 18-yard box. West Ham coming forward again. Scanlon tries to float the ball across goal. It's gone out of play for a corner here. No real instruction from the referee, who's been fairly languid in his approach so far. He's kept good order though, Fabio Roque. Short corner, floated into the path of Beckford, back towards the dead ball line it goes as it's floated in once more. Headed clear by Palace, who can step forward up towards the halfway. Anderson leads the pursuit to try and win it back. Brooks has got it in midfield and goes back to John Ular via a teammate. Now it's with Montague. Montague calls for options and goes forward towards Andre Dyke. We've not seen too much of him, considering he has 9 goals and 2 assists. Hopefully that will stay the case as we get towards the halfway point in this first half. Jasper Judd back to Benetton. Benetton curls one forward, up towards Anderson. Drakes Thomas battling away with the West Ham player, who was strong and competent. Smith sees it go back to the goalkeeper, and every time they get the ball in those defensive areas, you feel Palace just step up a yard, knowing that Wesu has given the ball away a couple of times. Battling right over by the corner flag, and it will be a throw going Palace's way. Looked like Anderson was having his shirt tugged there. 2 officials couldn't have been any closer. Very clever. This time you see that Dylan Monk goes with the new ball, which is hopefully dry. And Monk floats one in. Just into the 6-yard box it came. He might get another opportunity here. Certainly can hurl them. 1 or 2 players just going short. In fact, Fasida might take this throw. He too does have the ability to launch them in. They wanted him on the edge of the 18-yard box for the opportunity to possibly shoot. But here is Fasida. Much flatter, aren't they, those deliveries? Almost like a corner. Wesu off the left foot. Plays it forward. Out of play it goes for a Palace throw. Jasper Judd will take it. Into Bull it went, and now back at the feet of the goalkeeper, Benetton. Good battling away from Fasida. Was having his shirt pulled, surely. There's no advantage there at all. West Ham coming out on their left-hand side. Over the halfway line they go. A great response so far to the defeat to Leicester. It keeps Palace in touch as the scoreline stands of the teams at the top. Tottenham in second and leaders Chelsea. 12 league fixtures still got to go, 11 after this, so you know that things can change. West Ham having to defend here. John Yala getting it away from danger. And as it comes off the Palace player, it will be a throw to the visitors. Just got that cold air all around us again today. Was threatening to change, wasn't it, and get warmer. We go into March, of course, tomorrow, when the Palace first team return to action up at Old Trafford. Manchester United the opponents. Jasper Jubb wins the header. Up to Angibo, who uses his chest well to get it back to Anderson. Chucks a Coley battling away. Coley did nicely. And again, very strong. Joel Drakes-Thomas battling away. The free kick goes against the Palace player, who's just making the point. What more could I do there, ref? I think he's falling on deaf ears, the referee. Just saying that we carry on. Good composed defending once more by Hugo Bull. He's caught the eye in these first 26 minutes. Hasn't been rushed, hasn't been hurried. Referee just pulls the game back. There was an advantage to play there, but decides the free kick should be awarded. It's just inside the Palace half, a sprinkling of people just watching on. As the ball is played forward here, Judd reads the script very nicely and comes across on the cover. Out of play it goes once more. This time it's going to be a Palace throw, which will be taken by the skipper. Judd thought about throwing up the line, but went infield to Chuksakoli and then hooked it. Forward it went. Lamri Owesu goes over towards the left-hand side as West Ham try and get out and beat that press. Scanlon has an option on his outside, the West Ham defender. That player is Kerr. Back in field he goes. And all the way back to the halfway line, where in turn it's going to be played out towards Montague. Montague gives it to Beckford and then gets it back. Turned around the corner by Morris Adjumang. Monk needs to be careful here because Dyke will try and put him under pressure. Great defending from the Palace number 5. Good from Dylan Monk. Right-footed player playing on the left side of a 3. Benetton assesses his options. Looks like he's going to kick long here. Up it goes towards Angibo, who's always an outlet in the air and along the ground. Such a good player, the Palace number 11. One of a number of talented operators within the group. Scanlon exchanges passes with Kerr. Kerr carries the charge forward here. He's got a couple of players if he decides to cut it back. It's good defending once more. He's defended that 6-yard box so well, Hugo Bull. Went to ground. Has to give away the corner. But he just bursts away from Drakes-Thomas. And you see, he's read the script perfectly there, Bull. West Ham have their third corner of the game. 3-2 they lead. Crucially, Palace 2-0 to the good in the goal column. Taken shortly, back to Beckford it goes. Beckford might get another opportunity here, floats it in. It was just behind the player, the effort goes in. It's a great blocked save from Benetton. He did well, didn't he, to block it initially. Danger still not averted. Eventually the flag goes up and the referee just looks across to the line. He is going to give a foul for a free kick on the West Ham player, who's gone to ground and hurt himself here. But look at this, as it was floated in, there's a West Ham player all around goalkeeper Benetton. It was played back out to the kicker. Back it went towards Beckford, who floated it into a dangerous area. It was a bit of an air shot. Dyke then got the ball towards goal. He's been such a threat with the goals he's been able to score. And then that was that foul, you could see, just caught below the knee. A lot of West Ham players around this free kick. I think it probably favours Dyke off the left foot, but we await to see. Dyke, the number 7, just moves the ball. That perhaps gives you an indication, but you never know. There is a left-footed and a right-footed option. As Dyke steps forward and shoots, looks to bend it round the wall. He did that okay, but it was a bit of a daisy cutter in the end. He didn't get anywhere near as much power as he would have liked. It bounced up invitingly, didn't it, for Luca Benetton, who was down quickly. Danger averted. It's been comfortable so far, you would have to say. But West Ham will get better. They'll continually improve. Great defending. That might well have come off the West Ham player. It did. Brilliant defending from Fraser Williams. Just managed to hit it against Andre Dyke. Fraser Williams looking for options. Up the line it goes towards Angibo, who was able to just head the ball on. You can see here that Anderson has just been adjudged to have fouled Maurice Adjumang, who's quickly back up on his feet, in fairness. Smith. Bludgeoning his way through was Fasida, illegally according to the referee. Maurice Adjumang in the wars again. Rion Smith goes back to the goalkeeper. Long straight clearance from him. Using his body well there, Chuck Obi. But in fairness to Bull, he just stayed goal side, made it difficult for the front man. Jasper Judd's done nicely. Drakes Thomas should just keep it in and does. Back to Judd it goes. Always a concern for those cars that you might get the odd ball up against you. Powerfully built, of course, those SUVs. 12 to play until half-time. Palace leading by 2-0. Palace TV Plus bringing you the live stream. Judd did well. You could see that he just turned away. The last thing he wanted is a clash of heads in those moments. Judd plays one over towards this right-hand side. The target was Fraser Williams. Coley battling away in the engine room, still going. He's got to be careful not to give away a free kick. Both he and Fasida have shown their strength and character in this game so far. Drakes Thomas. He's got an option on his outside. He might decide to go for goal here. And he's wrapped it against the outside of the post. Hit with great venom, wasn't it, by Drakes Thomas? The space was opened up by Anjabo moving wide. We'll certainly look at that one again shortly. Let's have a look right now. Drakes Thomas knew he had the option on the outside. He used the player as the decoy. Struck with great power, wasn't it? Great ferocity. He's unfortunate there. Referee just stopping the game. Some nice words just being uttered by the man in charge, Javier Alonso, who's been really impressive since arriving with Crystal Palace. Universally popular. A hard taskmaster, but he only wants the best for these young players. And of course, if you can set them on the right path, it helps when they go through to the PL2 side and then the first team. And some of them have had the opportunity to get involved at that level. Just in from the left-hand side, Scanlon has it for West Ham. 9 to play until half-time. 2-0 the Palace lead. Montague. Looping clearance towards Dyke. Fraser Williams did enough. Dante Martin coming across, the Palace number 9, right in front of the West Ham bench. The sum outcome is it's going to be a free kick. Throw in, rather. Locking on is Maurice Adjamang. He's got players ahead, but thou shalt not pass, says Jasper Judd. Back to Benetton it goes. John Yula, via a teammate, goes back to goalkeeper Owesu. Not where Smith wanted it, but he's got it to Montague. Montague goes forward towards Dyke, who wins the free kick. No, referee feels that he's gone to ground easily. Facida wants to get it back onto his left foot. Goes for goal. What a brilliant strike that is. We mentioned that he can hit them from the edge of the box, and Jacob Facida has just shown that. Wonderful technique to switch the ball back onto his favoured foot and then pick out the top corner, and Crystal Palace move into a real strong lead. That's a picture book finish from Facida. Palace 3, West Ham 0. What a strike. West Ham felt it should have been a free kick. Maybe they switched off. Facida didn't. He's just picked out that top corner with a special. No wonder all the players go to celebrate. He'll always remember that one. West Ham, despite being so good in recent matches, I know they lost last time out, but they've been very impressive. And they might just float the ball across goal here, and they've got one back. A sweeping move, Chuck Obi making no mistake at the near post. It fell invitingly, and they're back into the game. Foraging down the left-hand side, it was played in field, it opened up for Kerr. And as it was floated in, it just evaded Bull. And making no mistake. West Ham lost to Ipswich last time out, but they feel that's given them maybe a little bit of a foothold back into the game. No clean sheet for Luca Benetton. Palace still very much in the ascendancy, leading by 3-1. Jasper Judd. Back to Benetton, who off the left foot clears up towards halfway. Push against Angibo. Right in front of the referee's eye. That looked a moving ball, not given. And here's Dyke running in behind here. Loses his footing at a crucial moment. Quickly back up on his feet, in fairness. Towards the left side of the box it comes. Angibo. Dyke, though, has got it back. He's got an option on his outside. Dyke off the left foot, tries to get the ball into the penalty box. Palace able to clear their lines. Great strength from Chuksakoli. Drakes Thomas. Surely a foul on the Palace number 7, eventually given. Javi Alonso will be happy with many things in this performance so far. One or two things that will be discussed, I'm sure, at the break. Jasper Judd and Fasida over this free kick. Two options. The referee not happy here, and he might well issue a yellow card. Not sure if that was aimed towards the goalkeeper or the defender. Maybe the goalie will try and clear it up. Jasper Judd with the free kick. Looped in, headed towards goal. Comfortable in the end. The first header, first contact, Hugo Bull. Needed somebody to try and divert it then past the goalkeeper. Maurice Adjaman comes forward. Brooks and Kerr exchanging passes. Drakes Thomas. With the West Ham player, 3 minutes to go until the break. Throwing goes Palace's way. Jasper Judd will take it. And just confirmation, it was the defender, Thomas Jonula, who was shown the yellow card. The referee was talking to both Awesu and Jonula, the former Palace player, but it's he who goes into the book. And what can Martin do here? He's got a player on his outside. He might use that player as the decoy. Decided to wait maybe a bit too long, and it just allowed the West Ham player to get back into position. Chuksakoli, so strong in midfield. Wide left it comes. Fraser Williams back to the halfway line for Dylan Monk. It's now with Jasper Judd. West Ham go infield. Towards Obi it goes, still going. He's certainly a threat, isn't he, as he floats the ball across the goal. Into the 6-yard box it comes. And West Ham are right back in the game now, just ahead of half-time. All of the hard work was carried out by Obi, and you have to say it was a relatively comfortable finish. I think it's Dyke who's been able to slot the ball home to another goal for him. That takes him to 10 for the season. But you could see, just stepped over the ball. Obi did nicely just to ride a couple of challenges. Dyke's got into the box nicely. It somehow found its way past the goalkeeper, and it is well and truly game on again now. Crystal Palace leading West Ham by 3-2. We didn't feel that there would be too much between these two sides, but when you go 3-0 up, a little bit disappointing to be pegged up, or pegged back I should say. But still lots of things to like in this first half. Plenty of things to be happy about. Javier Alonso will focus on the positives, and he'll discuss the things that the team can do better. Harry Montague throws the ball down the line. Fasida wins a header. Forward it goes towards Angibo, who's done really nicely to play the ball in here to Anderson. 1v1 against the goalkeeper. Anderson slots it towards that far post, and it goes agonisingly wide. So close, and that could have been a crucial goal in this context of the fixture. There goes Anderson. He did have Martin. He could have possibly looked to try and pick him out. Went for goal. He's gone agonisingly close. Thomas has done nicely. Good feet as it's played forward towards Judd. Got an option on his outside. That player is Anderson. Anderson goes back to Thomas. Across goal it went again. Judd's going to have to retreat back to his position. We're into the second minute of stoppage time at the end of this first half. Lots to think about for both the coaches. Lamri Owesu will get us back underway. Up towards halfway it goes, well over halfway in the end. Good defensive header from Thomas. Forward it went towards Anderson and just strays out of play. It's going to be a West Ham throw. Fasida. Thomas has now got it. Played in by Chuck Sakoli. Good twisting and turning. Oh, very nice was that from Joel Thomas. It's going to be a Palace corner. Is this the moment to restore a 2-goal lead? 3 corners apiece. Palace went 3-0 up. Things have changed, but if Jasper Judd can deliver, it could be the chance. Judd just being told to speed things up by the referee. Plenty of targets to aim at as Judd raises one arm into the air and then delivers towards the penalty spot. He goes. Angibo with the header, saved on the line by West Ham defensively. Danger still not averted, tipped over by the goalkeeper. It's going to be another corner and a purposeful finish to this first half. Good header, wasn't it, from Angibo? Headed the ball down. West Ham did enough defensively. And then you could see Palace just following up and tipped over by the goalkeeper. It's been a good first half. 5 goals. Goalmouth incident. And a defensive header here from the visitors. Back in it goes. Martin battling away. The referee has seen enough for the first 45 minutes. The offside flag went up. No time to take the free kick. That is the end of it. A reminder that we will have the highlights of what's been an impressive first 45 minutes. Plenty to discuss and deliberate at half-time for both of the coaches. The chance for you to take a well-earned break. And we'll join you again for the second half with Palace in front. It's Crystal Palace 3, West Ham 2. Can't see all of the players there, but I can't see Joel, so I think that might possibly be the change. little bit of encroachment. You can see that they're eager to get going, West Ham, knowing that if they do get the next goal in this fixture, it's very much game on. Should Palace go 4-2 ahead, that will give every opportunity of going on to register victory in this big game. Two sides level on points behind the top two. 4 London sides in the top 4. Chelsea lead the table. Here comes goalkeeper Luca Benetton. Needed to be careful. He's made the first contact and the second. Calmness personified from the Palace goalkeeper. West Ham throwing the ball into the 18-yard box. Nobody on the end of it. Certainly got plenty of power into the throw, Joe Scanlon. No real accuracy and no teammate picked out. Martin could be in here. Harry Montague decided to let the ball bounce. The throw goes the way of West Ham. Palace first team in action tomorrow. And we will, of course, bring you audio commentary of that game away at Manchester United, a 2 o'clock kickoff. The under-21s play Sunderland next in the PL2, a 7 o'clock start for that one on Monday. And then the under-18s return to action next Saturday. Aston Villa are the opponents. Free kick goes West Ham's way for a foul on Andre Dijk. Just to have a little look at it again, he is purposeful, he does get forward, and he was matched, wasn't he, stride for stride by Fraser Williams, twisting and turning, but then the foul was committed by Jacob Fasida. A left-footed delivery is incoming, you can see, just looking to try and screen that first contact. David Angibo, very good in the air, very tall. Having to defend here as the ball is floated in. Away from danger, it goes by Palace. It's taken a deflection off of the Eagles player, and it goes out at the expense of a corner. Bull was the player who stopped it going towards goal. Both sides have had 4 corners apiece so far. This one's a short one from West Ham. Back to the captain it goes, Maurice Adjemang, who floats it in. Offside there, surely. Yep, goes up against Andre Dijk. Long kick from Luca Benetton, up towards Angibo it goes, who wins the header. Martin could be in here. The defender's done just about enough to hold him off. Good play between the two Palace forwards. To Fasida it comes. Is there a crossing opportunity for Martin? Decent ball in. West Ham hook it clear. Chuck Okoli's got to be careful here. Judd went to ground. Okoli's covered nicely. Good play from Chucks, and Jasper Judd's done well to get his body across the West Ham player Joel Kerr. Here's Brooks in midfield. Cross it goes towards Dijk, who's all left-footed. Difficult to shake off the ball. Fraser Williams getting back into position quickly. Five gone in this second half, and Palace are leading by 3 goals to 2. West Ham, the informed side in the division, and on the attack here, trying to play the ball across goal. Dealt with on the first contact. Here come West Ham stepping forward, ready to try and get that equalising goal. One arm goes up in the air as the ball is floated in towards the back post. It was hit in, wasn't it, with very good power and pace. Just strays out at the expense of a goal kick. You could see that Obi was looking to try and peel off towards that back post and cause issues. Danish youth international, very strong in shape and stature. Jasper Judd comes over to get the ball here, or just kick the ball out of play. Two balls on the pitch momentarily. Luca Benetton. Looked like the ball might have just held up there in the wind. Obi towards that right-hand side. Floated in and headed wide, or headed away rather, by Jasper Judd. So tight and congested in that middle area. As Palace look to try and clear, West Ham have other ideas. Scanlon wins the free kick right in front of the Palace bench. And Scanlon comes forward, he's got an option running in behind. Cross goal it goes. Jasper Judd does enough to knock the ball out at the expense of a corner. Corner will be floated in from this left-hand side. The last one was hit with great power, wasn't it, from the other side? What can Joe Scanlon do here? Scanlon goes short. It's a Palace player in close proximity. To ground went the captain, Maurice Adjemang. Throw to West Ham. Ajuru continues to battle away. He feels the throw should have gone his way. It's gone the way of West Ham. Into the box it comes initially. And there might be another opportunity here for West Ham. Good save from the goalkeeper. Cleared away from danger by Okoli. It was Joel Kerr who took aim, and now Palace might be able to break here. Angibo looks to try and move clear of Brooks. Was worked towards that left-hand side, but it wasn't easy for Fraser Williams. And West Ham can clear. Palace, though, get it back. Angibo still battling away. Two players going for it. Did nicely to do something positive in the end, but the offside flag goes up. West Ham free kick. Taken quickly, worked out towards Dyke on that right-hand side. To ground he goes, but quickly back up on his feet. Dyke back onto the left foot. Tries to bend one towards that near post. Benetton right in behind it. Benetton forward up towards Martin. Here's Obi, having to hold it up and keep hold of the ball. Back into midfield for Brooks. Brooks has got Dyke on his outside. Dyke tries to go round Fasida. Scanlon comes forward here, still going. In towards Obi it goes. Dyke took aim. Palace being forced to defend here. It's an option on the outside. Curl looks to play it in. It's going to be another corner. A little bit of prolonged pressure here by West Ham. Scanlon's been good with these corners so far. What can he do this time? Floats one in off the left foot. He's really hit that with great force. Towards the far side of the box it goes for Beckford and out of play. Might be kept in fact, by Beckford, who's a left-footed player. Towards the near post it goes, Benetton comfortably behind it. Rolls it out to Judd. Judd over the throw. Akoli battling away, Kerr comes away with it. Back to Maurice Adjamang it goes. West Ham having plenty of territorial advantage here. Palace being forced to defend as Beckford looks to try and bend one towards that near post. He's got another opportunity. Very intricate. Not easy skills there. Monk tries to see the ball out of play. Goal kick awarded. Might well have hurt himself here, the Palace defender. Let's hope this is nothing too serious. Dylan Monk's certainly going to require treatment. You just see it's brave. He looked to try and watch the ball and then see it out of play. Dyke had other ideas and the two of them got involved. Might well have banged his head there. Monk quickly back up. Palace have the goal kick. Palace throw just inside their own half. Monk's okay to carry on and back on the ball here. West Ham coming forward. They've got an option on this left side. Judd's done really nicely, but that's been read perfectly by John Ular, who's coming forward here. We've not seen this too much from him. Tried to cut the ball back. Hugo Bull read the situation, but it's going to be another corner. And more treatment required here. I think it is Dylan Monk who's gone to ground. A little chance to take a break. As some treatment will be handed out. 1 or 2 energy bars for the players. Let's have a look at the goals that we've witnessed so far, all 5 of them. Anjabot getting there ahead of the goalkeeper and calmly dispatching the first 1-0 at that stage on 5 minutes. 10 minutes later, Dante Martin on the score sheet. The goalkeeper was a little apprehensive. The Palace player certainly wasn't. And this one's the best of the bunch. He wanted a free kick there, Dyke, not given. Look at this goal. Wait for it, shifts it back onto the left foot. Jacob Facida picks out the top corner. 3-0 Palace on 38 minutes. Just a minute later, West Ham back into it. Swept home by Chuck Obi. 3-1 became 3-2 on the stroke of half-time. Obi again battling away. Towards the near post it went, and somehow Dyke managed to slot the ball past the goalkeeper. Monk is back up. He's just going to have to wait to come back on. Corner's going to be floated in here by West Ham, headed away from danger by Bull. Ajuru battling away too, and Beckford has got it back here for West Ham. To Dyke it goes. Dyke wants to get it back onto that left foot, and Palace are aware of that. You could hear Javier Alonso saying go wider, and that's because there was a shooting opportunity for Joel Kerr. Charged down by Palace defensively, 30 minutes still to go. Infield to Fasida. Here's Jasper Judd. Judd goes forward towards Anderson. Now it's with Ajuru, the substitute. Caught in possession. Free kick awarded against the Palace player. Ajuru just being adjudged to have overrun it there by the referee. And he's been shown a yellow card. So one caution apiece. Thomas Jonular going into the referee's notebook in the first half. Not sure you'd really feign injury and lay down unless if you were hurt here, because it's cold, isn't it? We're going to get back underway in the form of a West Ham free kick. Certainly seemed to be the feedback from the physio that the West Ham player would be okay. Thumb's just gone up again. Little bit of damaged pride for Connor Brooks. Free kick goes West Ham's way. Thomas Jonular is over it, the Lithuanian. Palace leading by 3-2. Just under half an hour to go here. Angibo wins the header. Played into that wide area for Dyke. Dyke up against Fraser Williams. Still going, floats the ball across goal. Good from Jasper Judd. He did just about enough. And Benetton can sweep up behind him. Ball was played in behind, intended for Chuck Obi. West Ham having more of the ball in this second half. Chasing to try and get back into the game. Dyke certainly looks one of their better players. He's got a goal, he's looked to try and get involved in everything purposeful in the final third. Here's Harry Montague. Montague goes back to Dyke. Dyke towards the edge of the 18-yard box. Palace doing enough defensively to clear. Good from Macaulay. Fasida towards Martin. Martin got his body across the defender. It's going to be a yellow card or at least a talking to. Eventually the card does come out because he caught him there, didn't he, Rion Smith? Referee hasn't waved cards around, but you could see as he released the ball there, Dante Martin, he was caught. Here's Hugo Bull. Back to Jasper Judd, and here's Anderson playing from this right-hand side in the second half. Cutting onto his left foot, floating one in. Headed away from danger by West Ham defensively. Angebo's been adjudged to have fouled Montague here. Owesu will take the free kick. Palace still in contention in the league and the two cup competitions. It should be a real promising run-in. Result here today would really have the desired effect in that regard. But West Ham will know that should they equalise, it would really make it a game, and there could still be the chance that they could go on. So both sides have work to do here. Going to be a change. Jethro Medine is getting ready to come on, and that's Daniel Wade coming on for Crystal Palace. So both sides looking to the bench. Jethro Medine coming on, and Daniel Wade likewise. In towards the edge of the 6-yard box it went. It's a good block challenge going in from Dylan Monk. The chance to come forward here. Didn't see the player go off, but I think maybe Rahan Anderson is the Palace change. As Ajuru has gone over towards that left-hand side now. And it means that Awade can play from this right-hand side. So Anderson the most likely to have left the field of play, and it's Obi, the striker, who went off for West Ham, who's been good, but he's been replaced by Madine. He's a very versatile player. Just evaded away from Fraser Williams. Forward now towards Ajuru, who was caught in possession. And West Ham have the chance to break into the final 20 minutes. We're nearly there as Judd might be beaten to it by the goalkeeper. Down he goes, and the referee's got a decision to make here. Just waiting for confirmation what's happened here. I think he's booking the West Ham player. I think he feels that this was a dive. Let's see it again and we might be able to clear up the confusion. Jasper Judd comes across. It's the substitute straight into the game. Goes round the goalkeeper. I'm not sure that Benetton has done enough there to warrant a penalty being awarded or a free kick right on the edge of the box. He has booked him for diving. So confirmation. He's arguing, he's protesting his innocence, Jethro Medine. Palace have themselves a free kick. And it is outside the box, so it would have been... Well, it's right on the line, in fairness. Maybe inside. Just getting confirmation from Lawrence, who's very, very good, telling me that it would have been no penalty, or it isn't a penalty, but it would have been a penalty had it been awarded, but it hasn't been, so that clears up the confusion. We'll be moving him to Stockley Park, don't worry about that. Angibo looking to try and run in behind. 19 minutes to play. It's going to be nervy. It's going to be edge of the seat stuff. And that's why we're all going to be watching, hoping and praying that Palace do pick up the 3 points on offer here. And it will set it up nicely. 3 points today. Moves Palace level on games with Tottenham Hotspur and to within 3 points of the team in second and to within 5 of leaders Chelsea. But should West Ham equalise, we'll have to readjust those figures. Owesu. Judge just had to move infield here because West Ham have asked questions in this second period. The ball played in behind and Wade has done enough. Slips to the ground. Beckford tries to cut the ball back. Forward it goes towards Martin. Good classical number 9 play to hold it up. Palace just dropping a bit deep. And it's inviting West Ham on. Here's Brooks in midfield. Playing the ball over the top, but not finding a way past Fraser Williams. That's a foul and possibly another yellow card here. It's got to be, hasn't it? I think it's the captain. He's been in the wars, hasn't he, Reggie Morris-Agyemang? But he's given away a yellow card there. Just a chance to look at it again. He's dragged back Dylan Monk. Referee's just elongated his match report with the extra couple of cautions that he's dished out. 17 minutes to play. Palace leading by 3 goals to 2. Free kick taken by the young Eagles, too comfortable for the goalkeeper. Owesu was quickly off his line. What can Brooks do here? Has to go back to the goalkeeper. Owesu really needs to clear and does to Scanlon. Just sidestepping Awade. Up to the halfway line went West Ham. That's a tug of the shirt there by Brooks. The referee's played a good advantage. Chucks Coley coming forward. He's got an option on his outside. He looked to try and thread it through to Stuart Ajuru. And now West Ham can come again. Suddenly it's gone end to end. The last thing you want is it becoming a basketball contest, you know, where both sides really looking to get forward as quickly and as purposefully as they can. West Ham have been the aggressors in this second half. You'd expect that. Chasing the game. Palace just need to try and not lose this second half. Holding that slender advantage. He wants to get on the ball where possible, doesn't he, Beckford? Here he comes. On that trusty left foot, slots one towards the edge of the box. Effort goes in from Brooks. It's got that horribly wrong. Goal kick Palace. Beckford played it into the path of Dyke, or it was the substitute, wasn't it? It was Medine. He held it up, laid it off, and from there, not impressive. Luca Benetton kicks it into touch. Throw on the halfway line to West Ham. The game's just lost a little bit of rhythm. Palace won't mind that too much. The last thing they want is West Ham causing problems in the final third. There's some defending to do here. Judd away from danger. Bounces high on Martin. Judd again battling away with Medine. And played in towards Ajuru. What can he do here? Can he round the goalkeeper? Ajuru, it's a wide angle. He's got players in and around him. Looks to try and beat the goalkeeper. He might well have played in Montgen. Oh, sorry, Angibo. Not sure that was the right decision-making from Stuart Ajuru, but I can see why he wanted to try and get an effort in on goal. It's a good block on the line by the West Ham defender. Here's Ajuru again. You can see only eyes from Montague on getting back onto the line. He did well to beat the goalkeeper. It was drilled hard and low, but the West Ham defender did enough. Let's hope that moment doesn't prove to be defining in this game. Smith gives it to Montague. Now it's with Maurice Adjemang. Work towards that right-hand side for Dyke. Dyke tries to square up the Palace defender. It's a wayward pass back to Jonula, who's on the ball still. Beckford's the playmaker. He wants it on every given occasion. Scanlon plays it forward towards Medine. As the ball was floated in, it evades everybody. Palace getting towards the final 10 minutes of this game. Jayden McDonald, Jamal Lee and Milo Bernard on the bench should they be required. More attack-minded changes, a couple of midfielders and a striker. Palace have just got to keep going. These 3 points would be crucial. And it would be back-to-back defeats for West Ham should it materialise. Considering how good they've been in recent times. Not really in the script, this little downturn in form. But fair play to Palace, the goals have been shared around. Angibo, Martin and Fasida all on target. Here's Okoli in midfield. Wade plays it forward. Good from Martin, he did really nicely to give it back to Awade. In it comes, the goalkeeper's made a mistake of it. Can Angibo force it home? He can't. So close, he got there ahead of the goalkeeper. Looked to try and sidestep him. Don't think the post necessarily helped the Palace player. Goalkeeper might have just got something off on it, or was it his trailing leg? Again, another opportunity for Palace late on in this game. Flicked on by Angibo. Cleared by Smith. Towards that far side it goes. Free kick goes West Ham's way. The Palace first team up at Manchester United tomorrow. Audio commentary on Palace TV Plus. We'll make sure we got you covered. Listen to the game. Scanlon has an option on his outside. Kerr is that player. Can Coley get there first? He can't. That's because Brooks has done enough. Forward it goes towards Kerr. Johnny on the spot was Jasper Judd. Good defending. West Ham just looking to try and up the intensity once more. That's a foul. Can't do that. The West Ham player goes to ground. A little bit of pushing and shoving there between Awade. There's absolutely no need for Beckford to come across and do what he did. It's all got really heated. Certainly don't need to see what we've seen there. Crystal Palace bench just acting as the arbitrators, trying to sort out law and order. And Lewis Beckford needs speaking to here. The free kick was awarded Palace's way. You can see he's just looking to try and stop Wade. It's a foul initially. And you can see Beckford then comes across. And that's when it starts to get out of hand. All a little bit something and nothing, and quickly dealt with. The referee now has a decision to make. Lewis Beckford was the real aggressor for me. Fabio Roque just talking to his two assistants. He's going to call the two players over, so I'm sure that Awade will be spoken to. First player he's got to ask for is Lewis Beckford, surely. There's Awade coming over towards the referee. And there is Beckford, the 10. Jasper Judd and Reggie Morris-Agyemang, the two captains, also in close proximity. A yellow and then a red. Completely nonsensical. So he's booked both players, and Beckford was on that yellow card, so he's been sent off. And the referee's probably got that right. You have to think to yourself, young players learn, but Lewis Beckford, as good as he is, and he's very talented on the ball, didn't need to do what he did there. Palace have just got to make sure that they focus on the closing stages here. West Ham down to 10 players. Jasper Judd over this free kick. It was something and nothing, but it was instigated by the West Ham player. Jasper Judd over this free kick. 6 minutes to go, but there will be quite a bit of stoppage time now. Chucks a Coley. Or it could be the chance here. It's going to fall invitingly for Ajuru. The flag's up in any case. Ajuru picked up on the defensive mistake. Judd with the defensive header. Fasida over the top. West Ham coming forward. Free kick gets awarded. He says that he's won the ball there. He needs to get back into position. Kyan Fraser-Williams. He's got to watch the dangerous Dyke here. Done enough to thwart him momentarily. Dyke goes to ground. Just lost his footing, didn't he, Fraser Williams? Who clears. Palace did enough. Ajuru jumps towards the ball. Anjibo's close to the action too. Dyke wants to get it onto that left foot. He's got a player on his outside. Into the box it comes. Scanlon round the back. Judd did enough. Heading it away at the expense of a corner. West Ham have had 8 to Palace's 4. And West Ham now getting ready to make a change. It's Tyrone Omatoy who's coming on, the midfielder. Versatile player, as they often are. And it's the captain who makes way, Maurice Adjumang. Corner left-hand side. Trying to keep Luca Benetton clear here. Should he be required to punch or come and catch and claim. The referee's trying to spot any infringements, because you can see West Ham players all around inside that 6-yard box making things difficult. Corner floated in. Thought I heard the referee's whistle. I think he's saying that the corner needs to be retaken. And again, he's just saying, that's not, jostling's fine, but nothing more than that. Any fouls will be picked up, for or against. In it comes, Benetton gets it away from danger. Only out as far as Smith. Smith into the wide area for Brooks. He can't keep it in play. Will be a Palace throw. The ref being urged just to keep things going by the Palace bench, by the West Ham bench, I should say. The throw will be taken by Dylan Monk. In the real dying stages of this game, not long to go. Palace 3-2 ahead in what's a big, big game. Here's Awade. Just caught in possession, and West Ham can come forward now. Time running out for the team from East London. Awade's done well to get back goal side of the ball. Scanlon's got forward more in this second half. Martin up against the defender. He's done well, the Palace striker. What can he do here? Tries to get on the outside. Drill one towards goal. The goalkeeper Owesu was in behind it. West Ham looking to try and launch a counter-attack. Forward it went towards Dyke, their top goal scorer. 10 goals for him so far this season. Just a minute and a half to go in normal time. Palace holding a slender lead. Fraser Williams over this throw. Down the line it goes towards Anjibo. He's the target. Brooks gets an opportunity to play it back into the Palace half. This will be a big victory and move Palace to within 3 points of Tottenham in second. The two teams will be level on the same amount of matches played. Jonula clears off the left foot. Palace have it back through Martin. Here's Awade. Can he work a crossing opportunity? Awade still going towards the dead ball line, does play it in. And the goalkeeper Owesu gets there and quickly rolls it clear. Here is Omatoy, up towards the halfway line. Omatoy with those fresh legs, trying to get round the Palace player Fasida. He's still going. Two Palace players doing enough defensively, but conceding a corner. West Ham know that it really is now or never. Corner's going to be taken by Jonula, so it will be a left-footed in-swinger. And again, they're right on the Palace goal line, West Ham. But the referee's shown that he's good at spotting that. Just has a little word with one or two West Ham players, the latest of which Joel Kerr had a talking to. The assistant on that far side just stopping the corner from being taken. The ref blows his whistle. We're into the first minute of stoppage time as it's floated in deep towards the back post. It's going to evade everybody. Judd happy to just see it out of play. Dyke tries to keep it in. I think it probably did just stray out of play. It has for a goal kick, which Luca Benetton will get ready to take. This could be a huge one for Palace. Should the points be picked up, it would move the team on to 31, nearly 2 points a game. 3 points Tottenham would lead by. Chelsea have got a couple of games in hand at the top of the table. They look the side to beat. Forward it goes up towards Angibo, who uses his body nicely, comes away with it, the Palace number 11. The man who got the goal scoring up and running. Jasper Judd. Judd goes back to Bull. Now it's with Monk. Forward towards that left-hand side for Fraser Williams, who loops it forward. Ajuru went running in behind. Calm defending by the West Ham player who knows, the team that is, that they need to get it forward. Chuck Sakoli comes away with the ball. Good purposeful run late on in this game. Akoli still going, looks to try and score and bend one towards that far corner. What a goal it would have been, just wide of the target from Akoli. Well, that's a wonderful piece of play in midfield. So powerful and so close. At the other end, Judd has to win that defensive header. Bull gets it back to the goalkeeper. Up towards halfway it goes. Might just stray out of play on that far side. We've had 3 minutes of stoppage time. Five goals all in the first half. None in the second, but as things stand, Palace on their way to a crucial 3 points. Ball played over the top. Judd has to judge the defensive header. He did that admirably. Here's Awade getting on the outside once more. He's shown good energy. Not the best of balls by Martin. Judd in the right place at the right time. Awade. It's a strong challenge, isn't it, from the West Ham player. Connor Brooks was the player involved. Then a little coming together between he and Dante Martin. He's trying to carry it on, isn't he, Connor Brooks? Martin walking away. Jasper Judd over this free kick. Time really running out now for West Ham. If Judd can just eke out a few more seconds. Judd plays the ball forward here towards Martin. Martin was surely fouled by Scanlon. Goal kick awarded. West Ham looking to try and play through the thirds. They know that they need to speed things up with time running out. We're now into the 5th minute of stoppage time. Judd brings it under control. Just needs to keep it. Gives it to Chuck Sakoli. Kohli's so strong on the ball. Plays it in behind to Angibo. Cleared by Jonula. It's going to be a Palace throw. There is Javier Alonso. Just asking how much more time. 5 minutes we've had. How much longer is the referee going to play? Judd with this throw on the halfway line. Down the line it goes. Martin battling away, gives it to Awade, who tries to get away from Scanlon and wins the free kick. Good intelligent play from Awade. Wins the free kick, takes a little bit of a sting out of it again. Jasper Judd plays the ball forward down the line. And there goes the full-time whistle. What a victory this is for Crystal Palace. You have to think to yourself, when you go 3-0 up and then it pulls back to 3-2, there's work to do to make sure that you keep going in the second half. West Ham players not really wanting to shake hands with Palace. It's unsporting, it's unnecessary. The only thing that matters on days like this is the scoreline, and it's Palace who've won it by 3-2. This is good from Javier Alonso. He's just looking to try and split up the players. The tail of the tape is that Angibo, Martin and Fasida put Palace into a real dominant position. 3-0 up inside 38 minutes. Obi and Dyke giving West Ham fight. They tried, they pushed. They wanted to get back into it in the second half, but the Palace defence stood resolute. West Ham had a player sent off, Lewis Beckford, in the second half. But it's a crucial 3 points for the Eagles, and it moves them to within 3 points of second place Tottenham Hotspur. Crucially, it also moves the team 3 points away from West Ham. So a real barometer and an excellent 3 points to boot. It's finished at the Crystal Palace training ground. Palace 3, West Ham 2.